Hey there, and welcome back to Atom RPG. Now, where we just laughed off, I just managed to evade those dudes at Bunker 317. Hopefully that's the last I'll be seeing of them. I did survive with a singular hit point, I think. Yep, there we go. And 500 points in poison. Now, I'm not entirely sure what that does right now, but I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rest. And we can think about what's going to happen next. So, as I finished, as I said I would do last time, I've had a look through those journal entries that were left behind by the scientists as they were working in the bunker. Now, they do appear to be rather concerning in what they actually state, because obviously, and I'm just also going to go over this, coffee seems to give +1 strength. What does tea give? +1 endurance. So you don't need water or anything, you can just automatically make them. I think I'm going to cook some food though, because I am a bit hungry. Oh, you just automatically eat it. 13 health points. I mean, I only really need up to 30 something, because this drug's going to wear off in a couple of hours. So I'm just going to, might as well roast a little bit anyway. It's got quite a bit left. Okay, it's 40 points, so when, yeah, I'll have full health. And for the poison, I better take some of the antidotes. That's it. I think that's the best stuff for it. Oh yeah, that's radiation. Okay, so I'm more tolerable now. But yeah, this is kind of cool actually. Is there anything around here? It doesn't look like it. Unless there's anything over there. So it's just for cooking and that. Yeah, anyway, I might as well stand around the campfire as I explain what I saw in the journals. So from what I was reading, I did have to go back. I actually remembered I saw one of them and I picked the other one up. So I've got Vavilov's, but I haven't got Lazarenko's, which is still there. But I went back and checked it anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. So pretty much what they do say is that between I think it was 82 to 84, this Bunker 317 happened. So, what roughly happened was a bunch of chemists and biologists, Valinov and Lazarenko included, were brought into this facility, which is Bunker 317. Apparently there were quite a few of these bunkers and they were all working on different parts of the same project, which I assume means they're going to be in this game as well. And the thing, which I think are in those tanks, were what were known as Object 50. I don't know, or Objects 50. I don't know whether the Objects 50 means there are 50 objects, but I know that Russians used to use Objects something for like certain, what they're called, plans and things like that. Like certain tanks were called like Objects, like 127 or things like that for tank destroyers and things like that. So it's probably just a plan. Now, as I was reading it, what seems to happen in roughly 1984, when those objects are brought in, the character Valinov seems to notice that the creatures, or what are creatures, which are possibly the things in those tubes, were brought in gurneys, and he was told that they were just bodies from the morgue. Now, shortly after this, they start to experience dreams. These dreams are all about horrible things. Generally, they're going okay. They realize they're somewhere familiar, but also quite old from their past, so somewhere they've been before. But there's something dodgy. Either they hear a voice or a sound, and over the course of the dream, they know it's not actually human. It's inhuman voice. It's horror, and they wake up like in a cold sweat. And this goes on for quite a while, with the dreams getting worse and worse. And at one point, the two authors, Valinov and Lazarenko, get into a fight with each other. Now, neither of them in their journal, both of them write about it, but neither of them say what caused it. As far as they both know, it was a snap. And these are two individuals who pride themselves on being very controlled. So obviously there's some mind control experiments going on. Now, the leader of this, the bunker, is a woman, or possibly the entire project, but just for the bunker from what I've seen, is a Mrs. Nina Semyonovna. Now, she's mentioned as being the leader of the project, and she's generally a really nice person, but over time she begins looking more fatigued, with dark circles under her eye and bedraggled hair, all that kind of stuff. And the bombs obviously apparently dropped at some point in February '86, but they only found out in I think it was... what was it? They only found out in May the same year, so they only got told after that. They weren't allowed out very often, but yeah. Now the thing is, what it states in Varnov's diary is he had a dream, which was his most concerning one, which was seeing Nina walking towards the lab with a gun and a gas canister in her hand. Now, what I'm thinking from that is, yeah, gun and gas canister, that's pretty indicative. We didn't find a gas canister when we were in there, but next to that green container in the back where all those plants were coming out of, we did notice that there was a body with a pistol there. Now, after she went there, apparently the dream stopped happening, but the scientists shortly afterwards killed themselves. You know, Valinov shooting himself, and I think Lazarenko OD'd on sleeping pills, but I'm not entirely sure. Or that was someone else. But either way, it's headaches, it's hearing random jumbles of words, which they ended up sort of figuring out what they were saying, but nothing, just snatches. They sounded a bit like the rustling of leaves. But yeah, pretty much they ran out of food and they killed themselves. I know there is food in there, but it states that they ran out of food. That was the main reason they started fighting amongst each other. So, apparently, or what I assume, this atom soldiers, there's a couple of different ways, I guess. Some of them had those medallions, which were, what were they, the mysterious ones with the mushroom cloud on them, which I thought I had somewhere. Probably just scrolled past them like 3 times. Not that one. Am I actually blind? Ah, there we go. I thought I had more. I didn't think it looked like that as well. Mysterious talisman. So 2 of these guys had that, which, because I don't know what it is and I am an atom soldier myself, I assume it's, you know, some cult inside the atom group, which is either trying to work towards this end or something like that. But what looks like what happened is the mind controlling green thing, which is possibly using bodies from the morgue or like bringing things back from the dead, or possibly, I mean, they could have been mutants, has at some point used its mind control to take over the soldiers. Now, I don't know whether that's got anything to do with the gas, whether the gas suppressed it, and as the container was broken and it got released, the soldiers shot themselves. But someone had been there recently, and I assume obviously that wasn't just Nina. So it's likely that, or I'm assuming, seeing as we didn't see General Morozov, that it's possible that he's one of these guys, and that they're trying to use this mind control thing to affect the waste. But that's all I'm going on right now. I'm not entirely sure where to go with this, just, you know, what we've got. So I'm just going to make sure I'm outfitted with what I need. So I've got... That's the other thing I forgot to check. While she had a Makarov, I think it was this one, the one with no bullets in, so it's possible she shot whatever was in that cage, but I don't think so. How she died, I don't know, actually. But yeah, the Rusty Makarov pistol. There was nothing in there, those books about that extra room, the one that was locked, and nothing in about the robot, actually, either, which was interesting, because I assumed that would have been strange technologies, these guys, although they are chemists and biologists. So I think the next thing I'm just going to do is I'm going to very quickly look at the map. So it looks... Oops, not what I wanted to do. Looks like, in this case, the map that I had, so this map is the map of the entire play area of the game. Added that there are other areas you go to, which is a possibility. What I think I'm going to do right now is... Wait, if the soldiers went this way, so they didn't... I went around that way. If the soldiers went through there, I might follow it back and see if find any clues. But I think I'm going to go back to Otradno and get some mushrooms as part of that quest, seeing as I can actually fight the creatures now. No, how did they get there? Because obviously they can't get through that. That seems the only way is around. Anyway, I'm just going to save and walk that way. So I'll probably come back in a second. Or not. You see an overgrown road leading into a small forest. Do you want to check out where it's leading? Walk past them. I'll check it out, I guess. At least feel a little bit better with my gun. Oh, I thought there was a mushroom I could pick up. Oh, no. There's only one guy. Looks a bit hostile. Is that an AK? Yeah. Let's reload this and actually get my rifle just in case. Is there anyone else? Not that I can see. What's that on his head? Tin foil, I guess. Maybe he's insane. Hello? Oh, yep, it's tinfoil. You see a tough-looking man wearing a camo jacket and a weird metal helmet. In his hands, he holds an AK-47, the barrel of which is pointing square at your chest. Wow, my chest is in that direction. His dull eyes are set widely apart. Their pupils are colourless and milky. The eyes themselves blink with no rhyme or reason, as if the man wants to look at all of his surroundings simultaneously. So, you finally found me, despite all the precautions, all the measures I took. But how? Wait, hold on a second. This isn't that guy who the mad old dude in the shops. It's been a while. What was his name? Anyway, the old man, the minister. This isn't my dad who was telling me about the Lord of Death or whatever. The man grumbles to himself while continuing to scan you with his senseless gaze. Suddenly, you realise that what you missed up for a helmet is, in reality, a tinfoil hat. Here we go. The man quickly lifts his head and focuses his crazed gaze upon you. You can't really tell what he's thinking right now, but seeing how he did not lower his weapon, it can't be anything good. Aha! So you know our language, do you? That's bad. Real bad. It means that your kind, once again, tried to conquer man. I'm right, aren't I? Sure I am. I know it. Now who do you think I am? Not who do I think you are. Who do I know you are? I don't even know. Must be a degenerate of the third type, with Jewish ancestry no less. Probably a Freemason or a Templar, but still underdeveloped. They don't let you into the secret lounge, or... That sounds a bit insane. Oh right, you might also be one of those lizard men. Your skull shape looks reptilian to me, and your customs are typical for those who live on the inner side of the hollow earth. You might also be an alien from Orion, one that chased our Hyperborean Aryan armies out of the constellation. Ah, okay, right, that makes sense. He's a flat earther. Not just chased us out, but followed us back here. Why did you destroy Arcona, the ancient Aryan spaceport? Why did you build the so-called Jerusalem as your main colony, huh? And 20 years ago you finally decided to end us. Well, it's not happening. You hear me, Illuminati? It's not happening. I think we've gone through an unhealthy range of conspiracy theories here. Lizard men to Illuminati. Who are you, even? Klinov. Grigory Petrovich Klinov. I can't remember whether that was the guy. Although you must already know this, I'm included in all your most wanted lists. Surprised I know this? Don't be. I know everything about you, and about your plans. All it took was reading the right books, the truthful books, like the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, and the Book of the Velas, and Mein Kampf, the new edition. What's that? You're scared? I can see that you are. I'm a member of the National Front since 1981, and I've been preparing for the end of the world since 1983. I saved grain bottles, read survival manuals, and they all laughed at me for it. Gregory is out of their mind, they said. Got all messed up from drinking too much and he believed some crazy stuff, they said. Ha! Who's laughing now? I was prepared, and all those unbelievers are now roasting in hell, and so they should. Ah, conspiracy theory with a healthy dose of religion. I kind of don't want to be insulting just because he does have a gun pointed at me. Now, who do you think I am? Well, I've already said that. Well, can you introduce yourself again? You lost me at the first thing you said. Okay, so that is what you said. Are you high or something? What do you mean? I'm sober. I used to drink back in the day, sometimes till I dropped. It happened. Vodka, beer, different cocktails like the Hanan Balm or the Tears of the She-Scout, Aunt Clava's Kiss and all that. But it's all because you Zionists always tried to get us hooked on alcohol, made the whole population into drunks. I don't know whether those are specific to Russia. I assume that one is at least. Sometimes you're going home with your month's salary and there's a beer in the way. Why not celebrate getting paid? Drink some alcohol. It's a cultured thing to do, you know? A trait of a normal person. Yes. Damn it! Quit using your brain beams against me, demon. I have my protection here. It's made out of tinfoil, you know? You can't hypnotize me with your thoughts about alcohol. Sweet alcohol. What? Do I have some on me? I can't remember whether I checked it, actually. I will ask Alaska, are you high? Oh no. I guess I'll leave. The man grabs his gun tighter and starts aiming at your head. His yellow tongue sticks out with concentration. Shoot if you want to shoot, retard, I don't care. God. Listen, I'm not who you think I am. Now ain't that interesting? So you tell me I made a mistake? That you know a Mason? No Templar? A frightening mushroom person from the Amber Peregon? Sure, you'd say something like that. Nobody likes to die, not even your kind. Hey, if you really think I'm all that, why am I strolling around with no bodyguards? Go ahead and shoot me, then I'm going to show you a world of pain no Freemason ever could. No, I don't think I'm that strong. Well, it's true. You don't strike me as a real member of the Bohemian Club. They're all cowards. Without a couple of bodyguards, they can't even go buy a loaf of bread. Just like the manager in my pre-war apartment building. May he rot in hell. The man lowers his gun. He asks you a few more seconds and finally comes to the conclusion that you are innocent. His gaze suddenly becomes unfocused again. His weapon drops, just to hang from a makeshift belt. And that's that. See you later. I mean, technically it probably would be a safe thing to put him out of his misery, mainly for the fact that he's probably going to kill other people, but I don't know whether he's going to be important later down the line. I mean, he is insane enough to be important. Let's have a look. Nope, he won't continue talking to me. I kind of don't want to loot the poor guy. Seems to be going through enough. Alright, let's be on my way then. I wonder if I'm going to meet him again. 107 experience points is pretty nice though. It's like 2 rats. I'm tempted to go there. Yeah, probably just see what I can find there. Stumbled on a party of giant ants, also known as myrmics. I actually googled that, but I couldn't come up with a decent translation for it. If you won't do anything, they will surely attack you. I mean, are they just normal giant ants? Alright, I want to see what these big ones. Let's attack. Oh, they're just those ones. Yeah. Oh, I swapped just in time, it seems. Wait, I've only got 15 health. Oh, when it drops by 20, it actually also drops my health by 20 then. Oh, okay. I thought it'd just go to the cap. Right. Oops. I think I'm just going to do one aim shot and back off. Or not. Oh, I checked my inventory, didn't I? God damn it. Oh, they're all coming. They'll never take me alive. Wonder whether these are infinite random encounters, because then technically I could keep leveling up forever. Although obviously I wouldn't want to grind it, especially with the experience gain. With the experience gain? With the cost. Oh, I should have done that aimed. Right, I'll probably just fight these. Oh, it shouldn't take too long. How many of them? Oh, one more. No, my first miss. Well, that's 135. Nice experience and more of those things I can sell. I don't know how to do fishing, so I might as well get rid of them for now. Which ammunition do I have? I know I'm low on 30 rounds, or I'm out at 30 rounds. I got 13. Yeah, I guess I should hold off really. I'm fighting these ones with this, but... I keep having to remember that if I just check my inventory, it still uses the points even if I don't do anything. It takes 3 bullets to kill an ant, roughly. It's not good. Alright. Let's try and avoid combat in the future, I guess. So is this a town? Ooh, meet the Caravaneers. Seems to be anything else around? No building with like hidden guys who are gonna beat the crap out of me again. Show me the stuff. No bullets, that's sad. A flat cap and a camping hat, they're better than mine, but I don't want to spend 100 odd rubles on those things. And milk. I mean, I can make some bullets technically. It's only 33 rubles. How much do bullets cost? Is that each? 7 rubles a bullet. Bet I can make more than one with gunpowder. I might as well buy that then. What can I sell? Oof. That is a lot of rubles. Kinda don't need that and it's worth 6, but I'm not going to sell it just now because I can probably show it to one of my companions when I get one. So this is the cost of the full stack. I don't really need the Makarov pistol. I've already got one. So I might just even that out. Does he have? Yeah, he's got some rubles. Scanner's worth a decent amount. So is coffee. I don't really need the strength from it either. Only 195 for all those. A magnifying glass isn't worth much either. Coffee, I guess, and I'll just take the difference. Pleasure doing business with you. I guess I can sell the rest of the stuff to the guys back at town. Or this town if it is one. Huh. I'm gonna do a save, I don't know what this is. It's probably a bandit town. Okay. What? What kind of flag is that? It looks to be a peaceful flag, I guess. It's only got like 2 swords on it. Could have 3. Hello? Dogs. You approach the gate of a small fortress. A mustached soldier at the gate raises his hand, commanding you to stop, and lazily takes off the safety catch on his gun. Stop right there! He lowers his sunglasses and gives you a suspicious look. So, do you have the papers? I'll personally issue a death certificate for you. What papers? What are you talking about? Soldier puffs out a cloud of smoke in your general direction and shakes his head to return the sunglasses back to his eyes. What papers? You need to have permission to enter. A merchant certificate. Soldier starts counting off on his fingers. A KRZ passport, a residence permit in Peregon, an indulgence paper from the Supreme Peace of the Court of the Saint Slavic, a party membership card, a taxpayer's receipt. Wait, are you serious? Of course, I'm absolutely serious. Serious as you can get. Do you imagine we're just loafing around here? Nope. Our service is extremely important. We're guarding the border from a possible enemy. And who is this possible enemy? If I may ask. What's he have for sale? Sicky. +8 tinkering fit. 10 minutes. -1 endurance and health. Yep, I can see that. And who's this possible enemy? That depends. Sometimes cult followers, sometimes common highwaymen. This is a turbulent place, even when everything seems calm. The man gives you a long look through his dark glasses and puffs at his cigarette. At long last, he waves his hand nonchalantly. Well, truth be told, you're the first more or less normal face I see in quite a long time. Alright, I'll grant you my permission to enter the fortress. Oh, so you're the boss here? The soldier adjusts his helmet with the word peace written on it and takes a drag at his cigarette. Ah, so that's peace. The biggest boss, leader of the Wolves of Peregon, a fighting unit in, well, Peregon, regarding trade routes. Wait, did you hang those 3 over there? Wait, hang those 3 over there? I guess there's bodies somewhere I haven't seen. Those rascals? Yeah, we hanged him for robbing travelers on the roads. We just happened to catch them and decided to make an example. You understand. The guards should have some fun too. You can check their pockets if you're not too squeamish about it. Perhaps there's something left. It's a generous offer indeed, but let's change the subject. That's pretty generous. Fortress Commander shrugs and takes a drag on his cigarette. Could you answer a couple of questions, Commander? The bored man is obviously charmed by your personality and agrees to answer. Nice. Fire away. Could you tell me something about yourself? It's hard to see his eyes behind his glasses, but you feel the man squints as he grins. Mother called me Artyom. He just comes running over. Ah, Artyom. I liked you in Metro. My guys call me Commander Green. Doesn't just sound cool. Green's actually an English word. There were people who spoke this language long ago, until our country roasted them to smithereens. Aww. I was hoping we escaped. You're one hell of a polyglot, Commander Green. Let me ask you another question. If I remember, polyglot means they're just well-spoken and know quite a few different languages or words of different languages. I guess it's been a while since I looked up that one. What are you doing here? Man gestures around as if to embrace his surroundings. I'm in charge of the Wolves of Peregon Company. You have a problem with Peregon? Someone here doesn't like you? Peregon won't lift a finger about it. Peregon will just let off its wolves, and there'll be nothing left of the offender. We're tough guys. You seen the muscles on some of my men? Hard as stone, and a heart is also a muscle, you know. So there's no place for pity in their hearts. Why did your helmet say peace then? Doesn't sound too aggressive. Think I was trying to suggest something about the duality of man. I'm combative, but my helmet says peace. It's a Jungian thing. Clearly he's a man of learning and culture. Tell me about your fortress. The man sighs. They could have allocated a better residence for our company, that's for sure. You can barely turn it. It's tiny like a matchbox. They say the more the merrier, but it's not about our fortress. While there are a lot of us crammed here, we're not merry at all. On the contrary, we're quite annoyed with our bosses, with the bad living conditions, and even worse conditions in which we have to guard the site. Annoyed to no end. Let me ask you another question. Have you heard any rumours recently? The man casts a glance around and looks at you over his glasses. Oh, is this going to be good? I don't drink that much, so the story didn't affect me as strongly as it could have. But still. So the story's about a man who decided to say goodbye to booze. He wasn't strong enough to quit drinking on his own, so he turned to a healer. Did he go insane and start wearing a tinfoil hat? 'Cause I've met him. 3 nights was she skipping around and playing tambourine. At last she was able to... Wait, did I just miss something? So he turned into a healer. So separated him from... Oh, okay. Ah, so it's just, yeah, about a woman. Okay. I thought I'd skip something. 3 nights was she skipping around him, playing tambourine. At last, she was able to drive his desire to drink away. But she missed a very important detail. He'd been besotted with vodka for well over half his life. She separated him from his love for alcohol. But with it, all his memories and skills and personal traits disappeared as well. Because all of it was intertwined with his obsession for booze. So that man turned into a nameless strider. But that's not the worst of it. People say his dependence developed into a separate person. People who've seen him with their own eyes call him the indulgent one. It's all nonsense, of course. Where would you find a healer who can actually help? Even if the result is not what you expected, they're all charlatans, cheats, and double dealers. A nameless strider. I mean, yeah, just because it's capitalized. I'm just thinking, is that a reference to something? No, I'm not getting. I've changed my mind. Can I ask another question? I have to go. I wonder if there's anyone in here who trades some stuff. Obviously, I don't want to loot them. Where are those bodies, actually? Am I blind? Oh, those guys. Well, if they have loot on them. Spoon, good enough. Wires. I guess I need them for one of the bags. And a ruble, why not? Nothing great, nothing too bad as well. Let's speak to this guy, yeah. Hopefully he's a trader. Oh, apparently not. Wow, he's got an impressive beard. You see a bearded soldier in a helmet and an old Soviet army shirt called Grimnasterka. He swings on his toes, his thumb stuck behind his wide leather belt. He winks as he sees you. Oh yeah. It's not quite what I expected. What's he selling? Slug rounds. Pretty nice. Rubles and diesel. Applies toxic. I wonder whether you can get cars in this. I don't have a brick. I can get one from my treadmill though, so I don't really need that too much. I kinda don't need that. Seeing as it sells for so much, like 700 a piece. I mean, the bomb sells for a lot as well. Oh well. Hello to you too. Could you answer a couple of questions? You can ask and I'll decide whether to answer. Tell me about yourself. Nope, sorry, but I won't. I don't have a habit of talking about myself to strangers. Okay then, the question. He seemed so nice when he was sticking his thumbs in his belt. He even winked as he saw me. It's plain hard to get, clearly. If it's not a secret, what are you doing here? It's no secret at all. Guarding the northern border of the civilized part of the wasteland. Peregon merchants have hired us. We guard the trade routes day and night. Constant vigilance. So this is the northern border of the civilized part of the wasteland. Peregon must be somewhere in the map. This is very commendable of you. I have another question. Are these lands dangerous? Extremely dangerous. Thanks to us, every day they're getting safer for ordinary people. Yeah, there are many places where I wouldn't recommend a civilian to go, but this fortress is not one of them. And that's about that, I guess. Alright, it's time to go. I was just wondering whether he moved. It's so boring here. A giant man rises in front of you. He's dressed in uniform trousers and a stripy tank top. His mighty mighty body oozes healing and strength. However, his grin and the piercing glance of his icy blue eyes are giving you the chills. You look back at the giant as you recall the words of a wise advisor you once had at Atom. There are fighters whose eyes reflect the emptiness and horrors of war. Avoid them. They are afraid of death. Then there are fighters whose eyes are filled with drunken ecstasy at the battle and reflections of endless fields covered in their enemies' bodies. Avoid them, for death is following them like their faithful dog. It looks like right now you'll have to deal with the second kind of fighter. Yep, does look menacing. What are you looking at, son? Don't tell me you recognize me. Not really, oh, your face seems familiar, I guess? The fighter messaged you with an annoyed look. Familiar? How come? I can't recall. Then why did you even mention it? Fine, what else? Think about this stuff. Can I ask other questions? The fighter smirks and sniffs. You wanna get to know me better, don't you? You ain't gonna try and talk me into marrying you. You should have been born a gal. And a good looking one at that. Alright, you look at there's nothing to do around here. Go ahead, but remember, most of the ordinary folk will most of what the ordinary folk will gladly tell you is a military secret from me. It's hitting on me already. I haven't even properly introduced myself yet. He looks kinda, I mean, don't Russian military personnel often wear like blue and white stripes? No, it's more navy than light blue, but I'm not entirely brilliant on the Russian military, so. Who are you? A wolf amongst a pack of cubs, on a leash, held by a fat cat. Care to elaborate? Giant gestures at all his workmates gathered on the outpost. I'm getting a feeling this guy could be a follower. I don't know though. Here's the cub pack. The fat cat, however, or more to be precise, the whole clouder of cats are in Peregon. I think I've done a good job of explaining. Yeah, as I expect. Let me ask you another question. What are you doing here? Waiting for a time when I won't be able to look at myself in the mirror without disgust. That's why I chose this profession. How do you know? Huh. Oddly, these guys are relatively talkative and generally deep chaps, considering they're just the military types. What can you tell me about this place? The post-apocalyptic border outpost. Cooler uniforms, larger and more serious guns, but the way of thinking is the same as the old Union. Bribes, smuggling, nepotism, pointless backstabbing. Well, isn't that just sad? May I ask something else? Heard any rumors? I've heard that there's some foreign blockhead who thinks I'm some kind of gossiping broad that's interested in the rumors. When I find out who that is, I'll rip their head off and stick a cabbage head on their neck instead. Huh. Yeah, I'll let you know if I find them. Alright, I'm going already. I was kind of thinking, because with him saying he's bored and that, he was going to be a follower. I'll just talk to this last guy. Oh, hello. I'm guessing mutant. In front of you stands a man, armoured like a tank. He repeatedly hits his head in a pre-war helmet against a concrete block and cries out something like a mantra. 1, 2, 3, blow, bell. Judging by the other guards paying no attention to him whatsoever, this happens quite regularly. Are you alright? Soldier does not stop his self-torture. Apparently he can't hear you. Perhaps chooses to ignore you. Attract the soldier's attention by tapping on his curious. Oh, this might get me killed. The man does not notice your attempt to attract his attention. You tap him once more, just in case. He turns to you slowly, as if reluctantly. You flinch involuntarily. His face is oddly featured. His eyes are naturally big and different colours. He looks at you in silence and blinks, out of sync. Oh, should I just call him a mutant? You're a mutant, aren't you? Soldier's silent for quite a while before he answers in a muffled, low voice. I don't understand what you mean. You've been affected by radiation or something similar? Radiation? No, don't know what it means. What do you want? Never mind. Can I ask you a couple of questions? The man gives you a long look and then suddenly a frown appears on his face. You look around and then make a gesture as if to ask what's wrong. I'm not answering questions. I don't like smartasses. Okay then, I'm leaving. See. God damn, did I piss him off? Alright, I'm just gonna retry that actually. Don't want to lock myself out of an entire character. Nope, seems that regardless isn't like smartasses. Oh, do we just have to have low intellect, I guess? I thought it was just because I used the intelligence question, but apparently not. Well, I might as well just load. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do for this session. So, yeah, I guess that's the end of this episode. Catch you guys on the rebound.